Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I am coming back at you with another Wargaming and miniature video. In today's video, we're going to continue on with our What's in the Box videos. And in today's What's in the Box, we're actually going to be showing you what's in the bag. We've got a 2-in-1 today. I'm going to open both of these bags. We're going to take a look at what they are and how they differ from each other. And then we'll take a close look at the parts to see if they're, what the details on the quality of them are. Okay, so these are Old Glory 15mm miniatures, and they have a Command Decision line. So there's a game out there called Command Decision, and Old Glory got the license to do the miniatures for that miniature company. And yeah, Command Decision's a trademark of Game Designers Workshop, which I'm not even sure if Game Designer Workshop is still around. I know Command Decision's still around. Okay, but let's take a look. We're gonna look at these SdKfz 234-1 Scout cars. This should have a 20mm turret on it. And then we're going to take a look at these SdKfz's 234/2, which is the 50mm turret. And this one has a nickname of Puma. Okay, so even though it's the same chassis, they basically have two different types of turrets. There are at least 4 different versions of the 234. You have the one, which is mainly the main scout car, which has a 20mm autocannon. Then they have the Puma, which is the 50mm turret. But they also have the 3, which I think they nicknamed the Stummel, which has a short 75. And then they have the -4, which is the anti-tank gun version, which has the 75mm L46, which is a fairly long-barreled 75. All right, so let me go ahead and open these two up. I'll put them in 2 separate piles so that we can evaluate them. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, the first thing I want to show you is these are not Ziploc bags. These are bags that are held together with staples on the leaderboard on both of these. So they don't come in Ziplocs, which that's no big deal. I just wanted to point that out. Okay, so we got the 3 hull, right? And it looks like it's got a deep turret well. I guess that's just to save. Now understand that these are all metal. This is like a pewter, and it does come with some mold release residue on the molds, so it would be advisable to wash them with soap and water. Okay, I'm kind of just separating. I'm getting them separated. Okay, so we got enough tires. Okay, perfect. Now let me just kind of organize this one super duper quick. You normally, with the Old Glory tanks, you normally get 3 tanks. Now, like, there are some packs like Jeeps or Kuba wagons, you might actually get 6 because they just want to keep the amount. Keep it free, but they keep the price the same. So, but you get twice as many for the small vehicles. It's normally the way they do it. Okay, so you got all the tires there. We got the turrets. We have the barrels. We have accessories. One of them looks like it busted off, but it's right there, no problem. And then these look like, I have no idea what these are. Maybe they're turret hatches for the top. Yeah, they're probably turret hatches for the top of the turret. Okay. Yep, you got the barrels for the front of the turrets. You got boxes. You got additional boxes that go along the side of the turret, the side of the hull. 2, 4, 6 hatches. So if you decide to put crew members in there, commanders or what have you, you can have the turret hatch open. But if you don't want to do that, you can glue these down on the turret. Okay, so that's good. Now on this, it has a different type of turret. This turret has like a grill it's like a corrugated fence thing that looks like I don't know, like a fence door on the top, but it does have an open area. You still could put a commander figure in there, but there should be a long barrel for the 20 millimeter and then a short barrel for a coaxial machine gun. And I'm seeing that's extra flash, but I am seeing 3 long barrels and 3 short barrels on this piece right here, so that's good. And then we got the toolbox that would go along the side of the hull right there. It should be the same as that one. Okay, so the big change or the big difference between these, the hulls are all exactly the same. I think they're supposed to be. The turrets are really the turrets and the weapons on the turrets, the turrets and the weapons on the turrets. This box, I'm not sure where it goes. And then because of this turret, it has hatches. So this set is a little different than this set, but the rest of this is all pretty much exactly the same, as it probably should be. Now the turret it's pretty much hollow on the inside, and it would just sit on there and you could just turn it around. It seems to fit fairly good. And then this turret would fit down inside that hole as well. Oh, that doesn't want to turn. It could be a couple of different reasons. It could be that this has got some flash, which it does right along there. That needs to be filed down. Or it could be that this circle is not. Okay, it looks like it's that. Because if I took that same turret and put it over there, yeah, that turns with no problem. See, you could get all of these and then you can interchange your turrets by accident. So just be careful about your paint jobs. If you want, you could even maybe use a marker or something and mark the inside with a number, and then you could write down inside this hole a number, a pin, a peg, like a dot or 2 dots or 3 dots, and then you match that up with the 3 dots on this. That way, if you paint this one with like a camouflage pattern, like woodland camouflage, and then you come over here and you've got this as an ambush pattern, you won't accidentally put the wrong turret on the wrong vehicle. But you should pretty much be able to see that anyway. And even if they're both woodland camouflage and you alternate the turrets between them, that's fine. I mean, the turret shouldn't match, the turret sidewall should not match up perfectly with the hull sidewall. It can, but it doesn't have to. Okay, now because all of these hulls are exactly the same, what I'll do is I'll just show one hull. And because all of these tires are exactly the same, luckily, I'll just go ahead and show one tire and then one turret with its gun set, and then boxes. We'll show one turret with its gun set, we don't need to repeat of these boxes, so we'll just put those boxes over there. But that you might want to see, and this you might want to see. Okay, good. So because I'm going to zoom in close, I want to give you guys a chance to see everything up close and personal. Now, these tires have they have like an axle that sticks out. It's super thick. And part of it is flat, and then part of it is round, right? And if you look at your the bottom of your hull, you've got these 8 spots where the tires could go down in. The round part goes in the sunken area, and then the flat part goes on the bottom, so that it would just be one smooth bottom, and then the round part would sit down inside. It's not that big of a deal, but it'll actually put your tire in the right spot, so that when you put all the tires in there, you might need to cut or trim or file. I just use an X-Acto knife to cut out if there's any additional flash on the inside, which on this model I don't see it. But you never know. Sometimes, like there's so many and it's made with a pewter mold, you get flash sometimes. Okay, so let's go ahead and change the zoom so I can bring this up close so you can see the model. All right, so this is one of the hulls. You'll notice that there is this little lip there. That should be smooth. There's probably, when they cast this, there's probably an upper and lower half, and that line just needs to be trimmed off. You know, that little line right there, where my fingernail. And it looks like it goes all the way around. The front bumper is pre-built into the mold. It's not a separate piece like maybe a plastic model. And then that needs to be trimmed as well. So there's a little bit of trimming you need to do. There's a compartment right there that's a lot of flash sitting on the top of it. That's got to be trimmed off. They do not provide you with an additional tire to sit on the back here. That's where the spare tire would go. Okay, but there is quite a bit of deal. Engine compartment. You notice that there is a driver's window in the back. It's a little anecdote, but the Puma, or I should say the 234, could drive backwards as fast as it could drive forward. So it could get out of trouble as fast as it could get into trouble. So when you put it in reverse, you had all the gears, you know. Okay. Let's take a look at one of these tires. This is a set of 4, and there's 4 tires per side of the vehicle. I noticed that there was some writing on this, but I couldn't read it. It's the same on all these sprues, so it must be part of the mold. I don't know if that's 77 or 3177 or 32T7, or I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's probably an Old Glory code, so they can figure out which tires go into what packs and stuff like that. You get pretty good details on the tires. You get the tread, but you also get the actual wheel hub. Looks pretty good. The backside, not so much. I mean, because that's just going to be glued up into the wheel well of the hull. Okay, so let's look at the 2 turrets. We've got a Puma turret, and this has the same issue that the other hull has. It's got a line that goes all the way around right through there that needs to be filed down. What I usually use is my X-Acto knife, and I drag it backwards across the hull until it becomes parallel or equally thick. So like if you're looking at it from the side, you'll see you've got the mold is here and the mold is there. I don't know, how can I get my hands to really kind of show you what I'm showing? Okay, and then as you file away on this side, you know, you just bring it down until it gets close, and once it gets close, then just, I don't file. What am I trying to say? I use the X-Acto knife. I use the back side of the X-Acto knife to scrape off until it gets pretty close, and then I'll put a little file across the seam to make it even. But it definitely needs to be done on these. Like you can see, this one has a double line. That needs to be fixed. That definitely needs to be fixed. You don't want to cut that top little piece off there, but you do want to cut this bottom piece off. And then that's the front where the gun would go. And it's got some smoke dischargers on there. That's pretty cool. And then it's got a couple of hatches. You could put one of your tank commanders in there, or 2 tank commanders if you want to have them both sticking out. That's up to you. And then this is the -1 turret. He's so fiddly. But you're gonna have the same type of issue with having to trim the sides. I mean, you can only expect that. And then on the top, you should be able to see that it's got a grill. And then if you want, you could put like a crew member with his binoculars looking over the grill. Or if you got somebody that'll fit low enough in there, like a really short tank crew, then put him down in there where his head is not poking over. That would be good as well. You should have a 20 and then a machine gun right there. I'll probably pull out my pin vise, and then I'll probably drill a little hole so that I can make sure that the machine gun doesn't fall out, or, you know, it's more secure when I glue it in. Okay. So we got all the turrets, we got the wheels, we got the hull. Okay, now this is a box set that came with both sets. It looks like it's got a little angle to it. That's the bottom. And then that would be the top. It looks like it would go on the side of the hull. It looks like it would go right in this little notch area right here. And the reason why it would not go on this side is because I see some bolt cutters right there, and a tool and some tools right there that would interfere. So put your little box right there, and I think that's actually where it's supposed to go. But you can see it's got a little bit of detail on it for the your padlocks and stuff like that. Okay, now there's a box set here. This normally comes with 3. One of them just busted off this sprue. This I came in the Puma set, and it's a short box, and I do believe I'm not sure, but something in my gut is telling me it goes somewhere up in the front. I'll post some pictures up here to verify that, but it's basically the Puma had this extra box. Okay, let's take a look at the machine gun and 20 millimeter. So this is the 20 millimeter cannon, and then that's the machine gun with a little bit of extra flash, right, sticking off the top. Okay. Now the 50 millimeter, it's a much longer barrel, so it actually has a fairly high armor penetration. It's really good as an armored car. That's why the Puma is considered one of the best. Whoa, because this 50 millimeter is like a large gun for an armored car. Like the American M8 armored car only has a 37. Okay, yeah, that's the piece that busted off. Okay, last thing is hatches. Okay, so you see the tops of the hatch have the little the tops of the hatch have their little handles and a little extra piece on the top, and the bottom is just smooth because it would just fit down inside as you glue it. All right, so that was the 2 packs of Old Glory Command Decision metal 15mm World War II 234-2s and 234-1s. If you stay tuned to my channel, if you watch any of my World War II project updates, you will see that I'm getting ready to assemble these and put these together, and I'm going to put these side by side with the Flames of War Puma Scout Troop, and we're going to kind of, once I get them all assembled and painted and everything, we'll kind of compare them at that time as well. There are a lot of differences. In my opinion, metal vehicles that I've purchased have less details than the plastic ones, because the plastic ones are basically plastic model kits and you glue every single thing on there, where the metal comes as one solid piece cast out of pewter, and it just can't hold the detail. 50 years ago, metal was the way to go because that is the way military modelers would get their vehicles in the 15mm scale. But as time progressed and technology improved, the plastic models are now equally good, sometimes even better. It just depends on what you're looking for. But cost effective, the metal is now cost effective. They are heavier. They will have weight. You know, they have this like meat to them. So when you're playing on the table, you feel like you're actually moving a piece. The plastic ones are too featherweight, and they can actually break easier. Just depends on which way you want to go. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming out and checking out this video. And if you like these types of videos where I show off what you get in the box, please like and subscribe to my channel, and I will continue to make videos like this for you. All right, I'll catch you later.